GM, everybody. GM. Welcome to the party. Let's get it going. Awesome. We are just 45, nearly 44 days away from a powerful weekend that will shift your business, shift your focus, shift your awareness and your understanding of what's possible for you. We're having a great time. Fantastic weekend, very productive. And yeah, we was able to go down with the fix and flip graduation, first flip challenge celebration. Amazing. Amazing. So I want to just give a big shout out and congrats to all you guys who went through that challenge and finished it, and keep spreading the good word and introducing more and more people to it. It just keeps getting better. So yeah, I saw some pictures and some videos from the weekend event, and yeah, team, we are just getting started on the lives that we can change in a positive direction. So GM.
Hey, Michael, good morning.
Oh, hi. Good morning.
How many deals did you do for that challenge?
The numbers off the top of my head are cumulative numbers, not just last challenge. So we've had 180 challengers and about 140 deals.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's a lot.
Yeah, you can go tell all of your leads, all of your guests, all of your prospects. Chances are, if you follow the system, you're getting a deal in 90 days. And, if it goes, let's say it takes you 6 months or even a year to do it and do it right, it's still a mega victory. So
Absolutely. Thank you.
yeah. Sheldon's got a question. I'm typing it in the chat right now. It's WeCreateRealEstateInvestors.com/newsletter. Double check that works for you. It's working. Okay. So let's hop over into Helios real quick. There we are. Quote of the day. Let's jump into that real quick here. Quote of the day by Tom Preston Werner. He says, "When I'm old and dying, I plan to look back on my life and say, wow, that was an adventure. Not, wow, I sure felt safe." How many people need a reminder on that? Jim Rohn puts it another great way. He says, it's better to have 30 years of adventure than 100 years safe in the corner. Well, safe in the corner, we'll give you a blanket, we'll give you 3 meals a day, and you'll be safe. You'll probably live 100 years. But what a life to live. 100 years safe in a corner. Not us. No way. We're going after it. All right. So, real quick, top 10 ICMs. Mitch Maley, number 1. Chris, number 2. Linda, number 3. Michael, number 4. Alinda, number 5. Cade, number 6. Richard, number 7. Jonathan, number 8. Leslie, number 9. And Danny, number 10. So, well done, guys. Okay, so I wanted to show you, a few of you were asking about this. I want to make sure you know. The way to register your guests and get them locked to you, especially for the E3 Summit, you need to use calendar event. So you'll come into calendar on the left-hand side here, click clear filters, then go over to next month, and you scroll down right here. Okay, we got the VIP tickets and we got the general admission tickets. And remember that these are early bird. Okay, this is the early bird pricing. It's going to go up to 247 in about 2 weeks. So once you're at this site, click on the button up here, up in the top. There's a share button. Copy URL. Okay. Once you do that, then you paste it, you'll have yourself a nice short link right here. This is the one to share. This is one to post. This is one to put in your emails. This is one to forward to everybody. As soon as you hit enter, obviously it's going to go to the big thing, big long link, backoffice.myrenatus.com/share, blah, blah, blah. That's fine too. It'll take you to the same place, but it's just nicer to look at a short link. So grab it when you're in your dashboard, calendar, and then click on the share button and grab it right there. Okay, now, of course, that's the general admission. Then there's also the VIP. And big shout out to Mitch and Maley at our last E3, the way they did their VIP experience was fantastic. So the VIP tickets right there. Same deal. But with the VIP ticket, it's $500. Okay. And it will include where is it? VIP experience, front row seating with tables, private lunch with the president, founder, and speakers all 3 days. So if you just got the general admission ticket, you still got to buy your own lunches. So that right there's, already 50 to $100, depending on where you go to lunch. It's incredible how much the cost of food has gone up, but it's no wonder with how much money they're printing. So anyway, CPI numbers are supposed to come out this week, and they're going to tell us what the inflation is again. For this month, they have their target set at 2.7. Looked like it was at 3.1. But they'll come out this week and tell us what numbers they've manipulated this time. And why that matters, I think 2 things. First is so that you can accurately forecast how much money you need to live off of over the next 3-5 years, what that number looks like, and then expanding that to 10, 15, 20 years. How much money do you need? Well, how much money are they going to print? That's going to determine how much you actually need. So I'm sure some of you have experienced this right now, where you make 100,000 in a year, and you don't feel rich. But 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you're making 100 grand. You were in the top 1% of earners in America. Now it's top 5%. They expanded it 500%. People still make 100 grand, and they're still living paycheck to paycheck. It's not necessarily because they were making bad choices. I'm sure there could have been some improvement, but a big part of it is the factors of inflation eating away at your money. And this is why we do real estate. We do real estate for freedom, for choices, for control, for responsibility, but we also do it so that our money stays preserved, right? You don't buy 16 houses because you need 16 places to live. But every time the Federal Reserve prints more money or the Treasury issues more short-term bonds, the value of assets go up and the value of dollars go down. So it's imperative that you buy more houses than you think you need. And get your friends along for the ride. I tell you, something crazy that happened for me, because I got so many of my friends involved in real estate investing so many years ago, when the pandy happened and we decided, maybe I don't like the city I'm living in because of how they're trying to take our freedoms. I moved to Tennessee, right? Moved to this huge acreage, have a ton of fun and freedom out here. A couple friends called up and said, "What are you doing, Michael?" Told them. And because they were in Renatus and they know how to find deals, negotiate with sellers, put contracts together, one of my friends bought a property across the street. A couple months later, another one. A couple months later, another one. Then down the road. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and potentially a 7th is going to be moving over here. All on my street. Why? Because of choices, because of knowledge, because of responsibility and planning and deciding and not letting government or a job or a boss or a city council or whatever try to tell us what to do. It's the American way. Okay, so I was going to talk about the comp plan today. I've updated a couple of my PowerPoint slides, but I was going to do it on the whiteboard, and wanted to also mention this is actually a perfect time to do that. And then at some point on this call, I see Maylee Nelson is here. If we could get an update over the weekend, how your graduation celebration went, what the vibe was like, any sales that came from it, and what you're looking forward to in the next one. But let's pull this up real quick because we have a next challenge. This is something that, let's see if I can pull it up right here. Next challenge. We're going to show you how to take what you know with Renatus, what you know with the experience you had going through the challenge, the first flip challenge, the first door challenge, whatever challenge you went through, and how to turn that into a marketing business that can pay you millions and millions and millions of dollars. So, where the heck is it? Dashboard. Here we go. Right here. So let me share my screen. So we have this next challenge coming up, season 1. And what we're going to be doing here is showing you how to use the other half of the Renatus wealth creation cycle. This thing has made Mitch Nelson millions of dollars, me millions of dollars, Nate Lambert millions of dollars, Scott Nancy Rowe, Bob Tierney, Marin Yaz Hawk, who else? John O'Neill, Hugh Zaretsky. There's a big list they actually went over at the last E3. How many people have made over $1 million just talking about the program? It's incredible. So anyway, this will be coming up soon. I believe it is going to be, I think, when all said and done, about $800 to go through the challenge. Because we're going to show you how to use some software to manage everything, and have another source of income. This is something that we're working behind the scenes to make it so that all you got to do is plug and play, like a blueprint. You just paint by numbers and watch a new stream of income come into your life. So if you guys are interested in that, we'll be blasting out the sign up forms for all of that. And that starts this Thursday. So GM to that. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So do you want to add anything to that, Maylee? And also, yeah, give us an update on how the weekend went.
Sorry, I couldn't get off mute. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
GM, are you out in the woods right now? Are you hiking a mountain? What are you doing?
I just got back from taking my cute little one to school.
Oh, that's right. The school
Yeah,
season.
school starts. Lame
Awesome.
sauce, and I don't get a walk during this hour, but it's fine. Just gotta wake up earlier.
Yeah.
That's how that works. But yeah, no, this weekend was fantastic. We did do a review of what the next challenge is, and oh my gosh, the excitement around everything was just, oh, it was so fun. My favorite part is that it's an exclusive group, right? So you can't get in and you can't get your crown jewel, which we'll talk more about what that crown jewel is and how you can earn it and how you can go to Kenya with us. But it's an exclusive group that only if you have graduated the first flip challenge and only if you have gotten into your first real estate deal can you join this exclusivity, which is just it's just such a fun thing to do. And because of that, we have that are eligible, we have I think it's 79 challengers that are eligible to join us in this exclusive group, which is a lot of freaking people to do a lot of marketing. And the
Yeah.
crazy part is if we did, let's see, what is it, 79 people that are available, and each one will make, by the end of the 90 days, we'll make a minimum of $32,000. What's the math on that? How much money will be generated in 90 days?
About let's see, $250,000.
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. I think we should do that. I think that
Is that
sounds
right? Did I
amazing.
carry the one correctly? No, that's 2.5 mil.
There we go. I was like, I feel like that's more. Like, that doesn't sound right. But hey,
Yeah,
you're the math
gotta
guy,
add a
not me.
zero.
So,
2.5
um,
mil.
all right, that's what I'm talking about. Let's bring those numbers back. And that could be you, remember that that's any one of us. That's why, it's not a Ponzi scheme, and it's not a scenario where people are like, oh, it's a pyramid thing, it's a Ponzi scheme. And, people, you hear those things, and obviously it has nothing to do with it. As if you open your mouth and you talk to humans, then you get paid, and that's it. There's no no one makes more money than you. It's just simply that, right? I love that. Renatus has seriously changed my life and has changed so many people's lives. So I think that's so important to make sure that you're just sharing the message. And this is a great opportunity to link up with Michael and have him hold you accountable to all your goals and your dreams. I'm excited to join next. And then as far as numbers go, it was wild. Like, it was so crazy. We let's see, on Tuesday night, my head count came in at 85, and I was like, okay, 85 people, VIP award ceremony, like, it's gonna be amazing. Yeah, that'll work, right? Like, with tables and everything like that, with food. Okay, we're set. Wednesday, all of a sudden we bump up to 90 people. And I'm like, guys, I cut this off already. Like, hold on. And then by Saturday, the actual event, we ended up with 155 people inside of Renatus that did not fit. It was wild. We were still putting up tables and chairs all night, like all the way up until 8 p.m. or yeah, 8 p.m. Like, it was just luckily everyone still got food somehow, which that was magic. Yeah. It was pretty crazy. It was super squishy. I kind of felt bad. I'm like, sorry guys, this is your fault. This is a you problem.
Yeah,
Yay!
pros and cons of growth, huh?
Yeah. Well, but also of them not registering. So this is just remember that if you're being a leader and you're taking charge of your own business, just, you got to register. And same thing with like the E3 conference. We have no idea how to prep for you. We have no idea how to take care of you if you don't register. It's so simple. But yeah, look at all these people. Oh my gosh, it was so fun. And our motivational speaker was Vertical Blonde, or Sarah Foley, and she crushed it. Everybody's posting all of her stuff this week from this weekend. It was so fun. But yeah, it just keeps going and go. Bob goes, I think we're out of capacity. Like, if the fire marshal came here, we would be in trouble. And I was like, I would agree. I don't think this is a but hey, it's a good problem to have. But yes, we have grown out of Renatus, and the next award ceremony will not get to be there, which is too bad. But 'cause we do love being able to host it there
And
in
that's the
general.
thing, folks. Like, we're trying to paint a vision for you. This is just one team. So where you are in your part of the country, you could build something like this too. It's a system. It's a duplicatable, copyable system, and it, it's not easy, but being poor isn't easy either. So you still got to work hard at it. So congrats to you and Mitch. Um, you know, well done showing up, the planning, the extra time, the late nights that you put in to make this thing work for everybody. We super appreciate it, and you're doing a fantastic job.
Aw, thanks. Really appreciate it. And it's so fun. And that's the thing though. Yes, you're right. It is so much work. Like, holy smokes. But hearing all of the stories and hearing just how many lives are being changed, it really is so worth it. So share the message. People need to wake up and feel loved, and they definitely need to get outside of the rat race. And you might be the only person that could save them. So get to it.
For real. Like it's mind-boggling how much impact you can have on someone's life. You don't even realize it because maybe you're just here just trying to make 50 grand this year. You're just trying to put some dollars in your own bank account. You're not trying to revolutionize someone's family tree for generations to come, but it happens. And it happens more than we can actually measure. Um, it, yeah, it's magical to say the least. And so what I did is I started out with my warm market because I had 2 jobs, no car. I couldn't really go to all the networking events and everything that you guys are going to, and Facebook and Instagram weren't a thing back then. And so I just looked at where I was, and I turned to my listen. Renatus can do this thing for you. It's doing it for me. I know where I'm going, and come with me. And the people who said yes and took me up on that offer, they got out of the rat race. And they're still my friends to this day. 15 years later, some of the first people I enrolled, I'm still in contact with. In fact, one's coming to visit Tennessee in about 3 weeks. He's going to come stay here for about a week or two, and just, because he can. So anyway, if you're not motivated by money, which I get it, it's just a tool, right? I'm not motivated by hammers and measuring tape and screwdrivers. Money's a tool. But it's very useful in the places you need it. But the other thing that's motivating is that you can impact people and understand that anything you do to or for another person, you do to or for yourself. When I grasped that concept, I never let go. It changed everything. It changed how I drive in traffic. When you do whatever you do to or for another, you do to or for yourself. It changed how I interact with almost everybody. Even, when people make mistakes, it's just, I get it. Right? It was my flight over to the E3. I'm wearing my nice clothes, getting ready to meet a bunch of ICMs at the airport. We're going to go have a nice dinner. And the stewardess spilled orange juice all over me. And, right, because I was sitting on the aisle seat and she got bumped and bam. And I just thought, isn't that interesting? I could have yelled at her. I could have demanded something or whatever. She tried her best to help me clean some towels and whatever. But, it's this whole understanding of whatever you do to or for another, you do to or for yourself. And remembering that, I just switched roles for a sec. Oh, how would I want to be treated if I made this mistake? And she felt terrible. And I had to let her know, it's okay. My day's not ruined. Obviously, it's not my preference, but I had to go to the dry cleaner anyway, so everything will be fine. And then she worked out a thing and made the company give me $100 credit on something. But my point is that even if someone spills on you, you got to remember, whatever you do to or for another, you do to or for yourself. That's why we do marketing. Well, that's why I do marketing, is I want to keep giving people good ideas and keep giving them a good path to more power in their life. And by doing that, more and more people have shown me more power and a faster path to where I want to get in life, in this very, very short life that we have. Don't be psyched out. It doesn't last forever. Let's make the best of it. So, yeah. So what are we going to do this week? We're going to launch our next challenge, which is going to be the best one yet. We've taken the best of many different challenges that we've done, different EMTs and ATM challenges that we've done, and putting it all into this one. So if you haven't done the first flip challenge, one will be coming up soon. Take advantage of that. And if you did, but you're not locally, the next challenge will be an online system. It's not an in-person thing. It's going to be 12 weeks, it'll be 90 days, and we'll walk you step by step how to be the CEO of a marketing enterprise. Okay.
And Michael,
Yes,
can
go ahead.
you explain the one that is coming up on Thursday? Is that real estate or is that marketing? Could you
The
talk a little
next
bit?
challenge
Yeah. Is that
is marketing.
different from the first door challenge, right? That Mitch and Maylor are doing? Or
Correct. It
okay.
is like part two. It's the the graduation after you finish the first flip challenge. What's next? This is next.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, gotcha.
It took us all night to
So
come up with the name.
okay, so the flip challenge for the first door challenge, that's actually like a prerequisite of what you're going to start on Thursday.
Correct.
Okay. All right, got you. Thank you.
Yep. We're going to be putting time and energy and effort into the people who have shown that they're going to do what they say and say what they do. They're going to carry their weight. And to be clear, you don't have to finish a deal to do marketing. In fact, I got 5-star before I did my first deal. So yeah, it took me 11 months to do my first deal from when I met this group, but I got 5-star in 8.5 months. And that was with 2 jobs, working 7 a.m. to 10 p.m., 6 days a week. It was not easy. My goodness. Okay, so actually I have it in a PowerPoint. Let me get this loaded up real quick here. Loading. Okay, comp plan right here. Okay, now this one, I made some mods to it. I think this slide right here is incredibly helpful for people to understand where they're going with it. So let me share. Whoops, not sharing. Sharing is caring. Here we go. Okay, so check this out. So when you first start, congrats and welcome. You've started your journey as Renatus ICM. To start, you will make 30% of the first 5K in commission value, that's CV, that you generate. 30% of 5,000 is $1,500. So you're signing people up. You could sign up 5 essentials. You could sign up in advance. You could sign up in extreme, whatever. As soon as you hit 5K in CV and commission value, then you will advance to a 1-star. Now you get a raise. Instead of 30%, you're going to get 40% on the next 10,000 that you generate. So that is 4,000 in addition to the 1,500. And at that point, you become 3-star. Dun, 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 dun. You just keep getting bigger. At the 3-star level, you now earn 50% of the commission value on the remaining 35,000 you need to do to completely qualify as a 5-star. So 50% of 35,000 is 17,500. That was Bill Predabon's annual income the first year he joined this program, 17,500. You can get that helping a few people get started with us. Now, at this point, you achieved the first level on the 5K, then you went to the next 10K, so a total of 15. And then you did the last 35. So you added up 5 plus 10 plus 35 is 50. You've now generated 50,000 in CV and commission value, and you have been paid $23,000. Well, how much did it cost for you to join the program? 26, 28? So you make almost all of your money back just by introducing a few good people to the program. And then if you really want to take it to the next level, I mean, being a 5-star is great, but the focus isn't to just become 5-star. It's to create 5 stars. So as you continue selling Renatus Educational Services, you will help your new team share with their friends. 10% of the CV from your 5 stars that they generate will pay you. So for every $1,000 that anyone on your team anywhere generates, $100 comes to you. Every 10,000 they generate, 1,000 goes to you. Every 100,000 they generate, 10,000 goes to you. So going back to what I said a few minutes ago about anything you do to or for another, you do to or for yourself. When you apply that principle to helping someone evolve as a leader, as a marketer, get a completely new skill set that wasn't taught in traditional schooling, and you help them achieve that, then you will forever get 10% of what they generate inside of the company. Now, when I say forever, you still have to renew your ICM agreement every year. It's $197. And you have to show up to a few things. You don't just get to completely check out. You still got to come, to some Super Saturdays, hop on some team calls here and there. It's not a complete checkout. But I've helped people make millions of dollars. Think about it. When I helped Mitch Nelson make $1 million, I got 10% of that. Not from his $1 million. That was paid by the company. He kept his $1 million, and the company said, hey, since you helped him make $1 million, here's a $100,000 bonus. So how many people? So that's when, once I saw that this path here was a possibility, I turned it into an inevitability. And I started thinking, how many people can I help make $1 million? Okay. Your brain goes to somewhere different when you think that versus how can I make 100 grand? If I can make 100 grand, how can I make 100? How can I make 100 grand? Okay. But when you think, how can I help someone else make $1 million? I still get my 100 grand, but now I've helped someone make $1 million. It's very empowering, very exciting, very rewarding, and duplicatable. And now Mitch is helping people on his team head towards that $1 million. How many people do you want to help make $1 million? So the bucket o'plenty, here's another way of looking at it. Okay. Same benchmarks, same numbers, but just a different visual. 30% of the CV of the commissionable value, whatever package you sell, you're going to earn 30% until you hit $5,000 of CV. And at that point, you become 1-star and get paid $1,500. Okay, so we'll just keep a little tally going here. Then your next benchmark is to hit an additional 10,000, so a total of 15. And you will earn 40% on that 10,000. So now you get $4,000 on top of the 1,500 that you just got. And then the last benchmark to hit the 50,000 is an additional 35,000, which you get 50% of. 50% of 35 is 17,500. Add that to your totals, and bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself multiple 5 figures in your pocket. And you know what else that unlocks? When you finish you go through the tax and legal classes, you start to realize that marketing actually unlocks so many more write-offs, so many more advantages in the tax landscape, because now you got multiple businesses which help you travel, which, like, think about this. Whenever I buy a new shirt, I get to write it off because I'm a marketer. I need shirts for marketing. And the definition of a write-off is a cost incurred in the production of income. Every city that I buy a plane ticket to, every time I go out for lunch, outside of my normal area of travel, and I'm with somebody and we're talking marketing, I'm talking real estate, I'm trying to get them involved in our program, whether they buy or not, I still get to write the lunch off. I still get to write off so many things. So there's layers of advantages by doing this, in addition to the skill set, the friends, the family, the recognition. It's huge. And we want that for you. We know the real estate is the long-term game, but in the short term, why not collect a couple million? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down here? Is this clarifying some things for you? So Corey's got a question. Corey says, does that mean that if you get 2 people to sign up for the full package that you become 5-star? No, Corey, the commissionable value, not the retail price, not the ticket price, the commission value. And on an essentials, it's about $1,000. It's 1,080. So you would need to sell 5 essentials to make 5,000 in CV, in commissionable value, and you'll get paid 30% of that. So the commission on our Extreme Plus combo is 12,000. So if you sold 4 of them, that would put you at 48,000. So you're not quite there. You're right under 50. You're at 48,000 if you sell 4 of the package that you bought, or that Gilda bought, or that Mehelani bought. Most people, in fact, like 85% of my team buys the Extreme Plus combo. I know other teams, the numbers are different, but on our team, it's 80-20 rule. So that 5th sale will take the 2,000 out of that 5th sale so that you hit the 50,000. You'll get half of that, right? Because you're in the 50% part of the bucket. So you'll get that 1,000 of that. And then the remaining 10,000 that's left from the 12 is also yours. So we could add that to here, add another 10 on top of that, and you'd be at 33,000 if you sell 5 Extreme Plus combos. Yep. 5 all-in packages puts $33,000 in your pocket. Okay. And remember, that's just level 1. That's like level 1 is getting to the 5-star status. Then there's creating another 5-star. And by doing that, think about this. Let's just do some math real quick here. 50,000 in commission is generated. Okay, 50,000 is paid out to the field. 23 went to the new ICM. So what's 50,000 minus 23? 50 minus 23 is 27. 27,000. So 27,000 pays that 5-star. Whoever brought that new ICM in, together you guys are going to work to generate 50 grand. 23 goes to you, 27 goes to them. But now you branch off. And now no more do you split the commission with your 5-star. It's all yours. And now it's your opportunity to start showing those new people. In fact, those 5 people that you just enrolled, if any of them start to make sales once you're a 5-star, you will split the sales with them in this fashion right here. Does that make sense? So some key definitions here is overflow and overrides. So on the overflow, that is where your overflow occurs when someone on your team is working to gain their star status. When an unqualified or a lower star status team member makes a sale, the commissions are split between them and their upline. So that's an overflow. Someone who's made a sale that isn't 5-star, a piece of that commission will flow to their 5-star. Overrides are paid only to 5-stars. So that's like a bonus that the company gives you for helping to train team members, bring on new students, duplicate, invest in time, energy, skills. Company grows, new students grow, you grow, everybody wins. This is decentralized training. This is the best way to do it. When a team member makes a sale, their 5-star affiliate is paid an override. The amount equates to 10% of the CV from that sale. So if you go get 5 people and you help them all make $1 million, that's 5 million in CV, you will get $500,000 just as a bonus for doing that. So once I recognize that, I set different goals inside of Renatus. So I want to make $1 million in personal sales, and I want to make $1 million in overrides. And then I did that twice. I'm now up to $4 million in commission paid to me, 1099s from Renatus. So let's go. Let's see. Yep, and that's the end of my show. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so time for questions now. And if we need to go to the whiteboard, I can draw some stuff out, but I want to make sure you guys and gals are clear on where your income is coming from, because some people are making more money on the marketing than they are on their real estate. I mean, real estate's risky, right? Real estate is risky. Marketing? No. You might risk a couple dollars for some ads. You will risk your ego. You're going to have to let your ego go. But that's a benefit, right? If you keep being driven by your ego, you will live a very small life. And once you hit the $1 million, Bob Snyder will give you one of these. A 5-star 5-diamond pin representing $1 million that you earned. So when you see some people with these, you know what they did. They made $1 million, which means they impacted dozens of people's lives in a positive direction. And that is quite literally what gets me up in the morning, is being able to impact people in a positive direction. Someone did it for me. Someone pulled me out of my, confused, small little world. And that's the crazy thing, is I was working harder than almost everyone I know. I'm not a dummy by any means, but why was I so poor? Why was I riding the bus and eating 1 meal a day in America? Working 60 hours a week nonstop for years. It's because I was operating on bad information. I wasn't a bad person. I wasn't doing bad stuff. I just had the bad information. But thankfully, because of the mentors inside of Renatus, the 5-stars, people like Bob Tierney, James Lease, Tamara Book, Bill Predebaum, people like this that have been there, showing, helping me when I got confused. It's a teamwork makes a dream work thing. So I would love for you to have the benefits of this part of the program that I'm currently getting. And that's one reason why we're doing the next challenge. That's why we do our Super Saturdays, why we do these morning calls, why we do the house tour, so you can bring people to it. It's undeniable evidence at the house tour that the cost of the program is worth it. All right. So Tim put a question in here. What's the one thing you did to go from 0 to 1 million in sales? Okay. The one thing I did to go from 1 million in sales is I learned and taught the comp plan. I mastered the compensation plan. Everywhere I went, I was teaching it. Everywhere, I mean, seriously, I would scribble out the comp plan on chalkboards. When we would do our Super Saturdays in Hawaii, I would get a stick and I would do the comp plan in the sand on the beach because, of course, you do Super Saturdays at the beach in Hawaii. Is mastering the comp plan, knowing the ins and outs, and knowing where the leverage was, right? Knowing, how I could multiply my time and effort to get that money. And it's a teamwork thing. You cannot win in marketing while someone else loses. So it was master the comp plan. Anytime if I had to give a training on the comp plan, every one-on-one that I did, I also showed them the comp plan. Even if they're like, I don't care, I'm just here for real estate. I just want to buy the real estate program. I don't care about the marketing. I say, I know, I get it. You already told me, but I still need to practice the comp plan. And I'd get out the marker and I'd get on the whiteboard and I'd show them. And about half the time they go, are you serious? This is part of it? Okay, I'm in. And then they'd become an ICM right there. So just showing the comp plan over and over and over. And then he says, what's the one thing you did to overcome your largest hurdle? My largest hurdle.
I guess first was, what was your largest hurdle, and
Right.
what's the one thing you did overcome?
My largest hurdle was probably an addiction to video games. Like an addiction, like you want to do it instead of eat. You want to do it instead of sleep. You want to do it instead of the necessary things. And it could be anything. I mean, some people are addicted to shopping. Other people are addicted to gambling. Other people are addicted to, drinking and all kinds of stuff. But that addiction. So what I did, so I smashed my TV. I threw my Xbox in a bonfire. I shot my TV with a shotgun and I cursed it to hell, never to return to my life. And I drew a line in the sand. Said, no, I'm not going back to that.
So you think that's a mindset, Michael?
Well, it was also action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, they literally call it the boob tube, like like you're sitting in front of this screen. Now we could be productive on screens, but 15, 20 years ago, no one was being productive on a screen. They were all just watching screens. Now we can interact. It's a totally different thing with screens, but that temptation is still there to suck your time away. And then I'd say the second thing that really helped was joining Toastmasters and actually going through the benchmarks that they put in that program. Learning how to articulate, how to speak, how to share a good idea, get it into someone else's head so they can act on it. And Toastmasters taught me how to do that. And then I also made some sales from Toastmasters because while you're going through those exercises in their program, I decided I'm only going to talk about real estate and Renatus on every one of my speeches. And finally, people started hearing what I was saying and got really interested. And now, Toastmasters is a fantastic lead generation source while developing a skill set. So get obsessed with it. Do it every day. I mean, when we go on vacation, we're still doing one-on-ones. On Zoom. I remember when Mitch and I went to Spain, we did like a 2.5 week trip. We went to 5 different cities in Spain. We're in a totally different time zone, totally different half of the world, but we'd still pull up the laptop, do the one-on-one, help that new customer get onboarded, help them buy their program, close the laptop, and then go back to partying. So it was just all the time. It was just a part of your life, you know. Then we'd go celebrate, we'd go buy a new suit, and we'd enroll the suit salesman in the program. Then we'd go to the restaurant and we'd say, "Hey, we're here celebrating. We just did something." And the waitress is like, "What do you do?" Then we'd show her and we'd enroll her in the program. It's just a whole part of your life that once you fully embrace it, you become so attractive that people will walk across the room or across the lobby to come and be like, "Who are you? What are you doing? I want to know." And just being super proud, right? Like if I was the tattoo getting type, I'd get a tattoo Renatus on my chest. That's how much I freaking love this program. So hopefully that helps paint a clearer picture. Laura says, "What is Toastmasters?" Toastmasters International. It's not a Renatus thing. No, it's a public speaking organization. It's worldwide. They have competitions every year. In fact, the one that I was in Denver had the world champion in my chapter, and so I got some great examples of how to speak, articulate, share good ideas, make people laugh, make people cry, and it's $100 a year for the membership. It's mega valuable, and as a marketer, it's a tax write-off. So use the system. Hey, there you go. Sheldon says, "One of my first sales came from Toastmasters, and it led to that person getting their first deal." Take a screenshot of that. Send that to 100 people. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Sheldon. And that's what we do everywhere we go. We just spread the good word, make people understand that there is a way out of the rat race, out of the mess, out of the matrix, and have a life of control, of abundance, and responsibility. So we got your back. We're here for you. All right. Well, tomorrow is Takeoff Tuesday. Don't be late. We got our Invest Edge training today at 4:00 Mountain Time with Mr. Snyder. We'll have our Wealth Wednesday with Dane, and then we will be kicking off the challenge. And then we got the camp out, hoedown, campfire extravaganza this weekend. So it's a very busy week. Stay focused. Keep your eyes on the prize. And if you need help, reach out. We're here for you. All right, everyone. Have a fantastic Money Monday. We'll see you soon. Mwah. Bye for now.
Thanks, Michael. Thanks, everybody.